Merry Christmas to everybody. It is officially Christmas, the Wednesday. When you're watching this, I hope you, your family, your friends, even if you're by yourself, are enjoying and celebrating, obviously, the birth of Christ. I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing gift to the world and redemption and everything. So, from a religious and Christian standpoint, Merry Christmas to everybody celebrating. I hope you're having an amazing day. I want to make this video today just talking about one thing that has really been on my mind, and it is, well, one, I think it's okay to take this time and relax and reflect. And I do want to preface by I think by saying I think it's important to, make the time to spend time with loved ones and with family and friends and even by yourself to relax and not have to work and just enjoy. However, I also want to remind a lot of you people that you might come into this new year thinking, time for amazing resolutions, time to do things different. But I want to tell you that 2025 and these coming years are a little bit different than you might expect. And the main reason why is although you might be super optimistic with, for example, Trump being in office and this and that, and maybe, you imagine the economy to be crazy, good, and boom. Hopefully it does, right? Hopefully maybe like Trudeau gets out of office and things start going amazing. But if you look at trends, right, whether or not Trump was in office or Biden or conservatives or liberals, the wealth gap is constantly growing. And this is what I want to talk about in this video. To the majority of the people who are watching this, you're most likely not super wealthy. You're most likely not, rich. And if you are, amazing. But I still want to remind you that this applies to you. The wealth gap is growing, meaning the upper class and the high class are staying at the same level, if not growing, becoming wealthier, and the people who are low class are becoming lower class, and the middle class is slowly being dissolved, And what this means for you is that deciding that you're going to wait another couple of months or a couple of years for things to look better and for there to be more opportunities and for things to fall in your lap is not only naive, it's delusional. Things are not, I do not believe you should wait and expect for things to get better. I think now is a great time, and I think opportunity will be coming in the future. However, I also think it might be one of the very last few times in our lifetime where you have the chance, from either your middle class or low class or anybody, you will have the chance to go ahead and change your life, right? And go from low class to upper class or middle class to upper class, because you might never have that again. And I honestly, if I had to give it a projection, I would give it about 10 to 15 years before it is almost completely gone. I do personally not see democracy and, regular kind of capitalism, free trade kind of market existing in the future. With the way things have been going for the past 10, 20, 30 years, you can see everything being shifted to globalism. And I don't want to make this a video about politics. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to talk about that. The point is, though, that if you simply look at the average person, people are poorer and they're in more debt and they earn less than ever before. The strength of your dollar is lower. What am I saying all of this for? I think you, as a young man or a young woman, in 2025 should resolve and decide to completely change your approach to what you have to do and why you're doing it. I want there to be a massive, massive sense of urgency for you in the fact that, look, changing you and your family's lives may not be possible in the future. And if right now you have that vision, you have that goal, you must act on it. You might be at the start where you have no experience, you have no network, you have absolutely nothing. You only have that goal, you have that dream. I would tell you right now, the number one thing I recommend you do is start with something that is calling your name. It whispers in your ear, you feel it in your heart. There's some weird reason that every time you hear about this thing or that business or that skill, it kind of catches your attention, or at least you think about it. Right? You might not click on the video, you might say, it's not for me, but you think about it a long time, all the time. For me, the two things are marketing, right, and making videos and content, and sales. I remember the first time I heard, funnily enough, Andrew Tate talk about you can be a salesman, come in, a couple hours late to work, crash your Ferrari, whatever, and your boss won't care because you are the top salesman. You are the guy who is making the company money, and you are so respected that you can break all the rules. And I remember hearing that, I was like, no way. Right? And I started to do some research, and it's not like that's necessarily true, but the fact is that it is true in some ways, where in sales, you pay your own, you write your own check. There's no limit on how much you make. And content after reading Millionaire Fastlane, one of the greatest books. And I can make a whole video talking about CENTS, formula, control, entry, need, time, and scale, the most important formula I've ever learned in my entire life, I think. It was one of the first books I read. Reading that book made me realize you need incredible leverage to truly become wealthy. It is not possible without scale, right? And this is not to bash sales. I love sales. I think it's so important. I'm nowhere near capacity, right? I'm nowhere near my skill level capacity or my input capacity, meaning that I'm probably at 20 to 30% of max earning capabilities right now, right? I'd say probably around 20% in sales, which is a great thing, right? However, once I get to 100%, which will be in a couple of years, right, there will need to be another way to level up and to become the upper class, to be the guy driving a Rolls Royce, to be the guy who's running multiple companies. You've got property and real estate diversified. You've got assets that bring you money no matter what. You've got property managers. You are set. You have officially earned $100 million and you're able to pass this on to the next generation. That will only happen, right, if not only you get started now, but if you have massive leverage or scale. And I want to make that clear. I know I have goals just like that for my future. Crazy, crazy big goals, big dreams that I don't even want to necessarily talk about. But I know to get to that point in 10, 20, 30 years, right, not only do I have to see myself as capable and believe that it's possible, number one. Next is take action. Number three is to iterate and implement feedback. Have mentors around you who have already been able to do that. So look, enjoy these holidays, enjoy Christmas, enjoy this time with your family, because I'm about to go have dinner right now. However, I really, really do believe that all of you should really take 2025 seriously. Work harder than you've ever worked before. Right? It'll be uncomfortable. It'll be hard at times. That's okay. Right? There always is a time in life where you got to be okay with hard, be okay with difficult. My mentor Misha said, "Look, I was like, how do I balance all this workload? How do I make it easier? Because I feel like I'm almost like burning out sometimes." He's like, you know what? Sometimes there's nothing you can do, right? There's a couple of things, sleep well, drink your water, exercise, ground yourself, meditate, etc. However, sometimes you just gotta go through the grind. It's like going in a workout. I remember when I did Muay Thai when I was younger. One of my first classes, I was at a workout, and I thought I was fit. I thought I was healthy, whatever. I played soccer growing up, and I went to one of the workouts, and we were maybe 10 minutes in. We started skip roping. We were doing some jumping jacks. We were doing push-ups, and then we started, and then we didn't stop. We just kept going, and I remember being 15 minutes in. I was thinking, oh my God. I'm in a class. I don't want to just step out. That would be so embarrassing. It's one of my first classes. My father's paying for this. I got to keep going, and 5 minutes pass and 10 minutes pass. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like I just can't keep going. 15, 20, 30 minutes. Finally, we take a little water break and we get back to another 15 minutes. 45 minutes of the whole class. It was about an hour and a half. It was just a crazy hit workout. At that point, I was ready to quit 10 minutes in, but I just kept going. I embraced the suck, the difficulty, the toughness. And that's what I think a lot of you guys should do. Be ready to just really embrace it and go through it, because that is what it require. It's not going to be your whole life. This too shall pass, the saying. But be ready for it, because 2025, I know in January, it's going to be a crazy, crazy sales month for me. And the whole start of Q1, Q2, even Q3, the contracts and the agency I'm in, we're scaling aggressively. We're going extremely hard. We are ready to set records for 2025 for the business and for the company. I'm ready to set records and personal best for myself, and I want you to be ready to set personal best and records for yourself. So in 2025, please resolve to change your life, to do work you've never done before, work harder and smarter than you've ever worked before, and take your life and your future more seriously than you ever have. Because the clock is ticking and you will not always have this opportunity. There will be one day in the future where you can be, the most inspired, motivated person, and there just will not be the same opportunity as there is now. We've got the internet, we've got AI. You have every single tool in your toolbox right now, even without money, to achieve success. It's simply going to take discipline, right, and a dream. Guys, enjoy your Christmas. You're watching this possibly Christmas morning is when I'm posting it. Enjoy the rest of the 2024 year, and I'll probably post a video on the 1st of 2025 with some of my goals, how I plan to achieve them, and how I believe you should set your goals. And make sure to achieve them this year. Not a resolution that you forget about 2 weeks in, or a month in, or 2 months in. Something that you will truly go ahead and follow through with and achieve. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe below if you like the video and you want to watch more of this stuff. Definitely like if you like the video. Dislike if it sucked, if I wasted 10 minutes of your time. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. And even feel free to comment any kind of ideas that you have for next videos, questions you have for me, or things you want to add. And yeah, guys, my TikTok and Instagram are also linked below. Please follow me there. Thanks so much for watching. Merry Christmas. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.